Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices. We've got the DAX, the FTSE and the AEX, and with the DAX here, our primary count is that we've got wave 3 here, and we're looking for an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here for wave 4. We also have to look at some alternative counts as well, because some of the other European markets have taken this top out here and have moved higher. So one of the counts that we've looked at is that wave 4 here was already in place here, and we're looking at all of this move up here as wave 1 and then back for wave 2 and then moving higher. But even so, we would still expect a correction here in this particular space across this particular level here. There's also the possibility that, we can count 5 waves up through to here, but it was also possible that this 5-wave structure here could be a growing wave 5 in terms of wave 1 and 2 here, wave 1 and 2 here, and continue building to the upside. So that's why we would go long if we took this top out here. And in fact, we would also go long if we had this little high here, if the market moved down to here, then we created a second high here and the market moved down, then we would use this high here to go long on if that was going to be. So we'll just keep bringing it down, and then if we get triggered, then we'll be on that side. So we're not going to miss anything per se. Okay, so that's the first important thing to the upside. If the market is going to move to the downside, then we'll be looking for a retested resistance. So we would look for the market to move below the level, then back up through here, draw a line under that here, and then take the short trade from that point there. Now we should be able to get better positions than that in there too, but just important from the outset to look at all the possibilities and then start drawing out where we can possibly be wrong, and how we're going to take advantage of those errors, and just keep getting strategies to move in on things. So let's go in and talk about this particular move in here. So on the 4-hour chart here, I just wanted to point this out. It's just that the move down here, yes, you could squeeze it 5 waves down, but it also counts nicely as an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here as well. And if we look at the cash market for this, the physical market, then you can see that from the move down through here, I can see this is like wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 in here, and all the third waves start to come in, and the fourth and the fifth waves here. So all of this really is like one wave structure coming down through to here. So it really counts okay as an A wave, a B wave and a C wave. And then looking at this move to the upside here, it's very impulsive in its structure. So yeah, it can be counted as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave here. So we also need to be mindful of that. It could mean that we go straight up from here. It also means that we could also have an A wave here, a B wave here and a C wave here into the 61.8% mark, or 50-60% retracement level in here. You'll have to excuse me, I've still got the flu, the bug or whatever it is, and that would leave us with this sort of target area in here. So so I could just expand this little ABC out here really, or I could put this little ABC in here as well. So yeah, we just need to spend more time. But that high and that low there's important. So we could also bring this up under this low here now as well. That's one move that we can do. Okay, we could also put that in an angle going through here from that low to that low there as well. So I'll just cut through to the hourly, then the tick chart here. So when you label it, when you look at it like this and you look at the move down through here, then it looks okay to count this as 1 and 2 in here, and 3 here, and 4 here, and then 5 here. So in that case, we would have our wave 1 here, our A wave here, our B wave here, and then moving up into a C wave here, which will be 5 waves just above the 13,000. And then we can look to go short from that point there as well. So, so we can come down through here, back up through here, and then have a trigger sitting under here. So yeah, I just really want to sort of resolve this a little bit. This move up here can be counted as 5 waves. So, I want to see a little bit more of this particular pattern at this major trading level here. So yes, it looks like 5 waves here, but when you look at the cash market here, it counts down quite nicely as 3 waves here, because I can obviously see that this is a nice strong 3rd wave coming in through here. Be a 1 and the 2 and the 3rd wave here, and then the 4th wave, coming in with, I have to pull this apart to really work it out, but it does look like 5 waves from this top to this low here. So we just need to be a little bit mindful of that. So this will be our strategy. Of course, we're looking to be long above here, but if once we get the C wave up here as well, then we'll be able to bring our long entry from here down onto this high here. So there's no rush for it. There's no rush for this under here as well. We're just basically, as I probably mentioned before, that we need to sort of work into the space like this here and wait for an outcome in here. The tick chart, I don't think it's going to give us any more. Oh yeah, a little bit. So I'll just have to. Okay, from the top here, you can see I've just labelled this as an A wave to here, a B wave and a C wave here. And then this counts like an impulse wave up here in 5 waves. And then this little structure that's starting off here, this is also starting off in 5 waves as well here. So we've got little 5 waves up here for 1 and 2, and then the 3rd wave here you can count quite easily as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. Wave 4, little bit of an overlap here, but that's okay. And then pushing a little bit higher here. So if you're long here, then you'd need to keep the stop under here. So we should see that push higher here. Of course, if you're we've got 12.9 here, so group 1 is 10, 20 and 30. So what you'd be looking for is to secure a nice tested support on that level there. I mean, the thing that you need to ask yourself at the moment, this is the 30, 1, 2 and 3 is group 1. This is the top of group 1. So support here would take it higher to the 50, midpoint here. You have to ask yourself, is that support here? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. For me, it's not, but I can see little 5 waves move. This is a corrective move here with 5 waves up here. So it's going to come back and check it here, okay? That testing will be support. So that high there becomes the entry point. Let's move on to the AEX. So the AEX is in the same boat as well. We've either got the top of wave B sitting in place here, and we're going to come all the way down here, or we're going to call wave B up here, wave 1 here, and we can move higher from that point, and we'll come down into this space here, the 50-60% retracement level area here. The same thing would apply here as well in terms of the top here being another entry point, and also the low here being an entry point. I have to say that the move down through here, I can't sort of really get heads or tails on at this particular stage. I know that, I mean, I can guess, but yeah, guessing's not quite good enough. I can't get a clear count on this. I've looked at the cash market, and the cash market has got this in here as the low as well, as it has here on the futures and CFD. So we could count it down Yeah, look, I just don't know how to count it down. It's just been sort of doing my head in a little bit, so I just need to gather some more information on it. That's what it looks like at this stage. You could count it down as 1 and 2 and 3 here, and 4 and 5 to here, then an A wave, a B wave, and then going up for a C wave here, and then we come down from that point here and move down lower. So the same thing would apply. We need to take this low here, but we can work that to the upside here as well. Once we get up here, then we can look at targets on this side here. But in the meantime, in case something goes terribly wrong, then this low here needs to be taken out here. You need to be short at this particular point here. So yes, I don't have a clear count on this. It can count down as wave 1 to here, wave 2 to here, wave 3 to here, wave 4 to here, and wave 5 to here. The only problem with that is that wave 4 overlaps wave 1 here. So yeah, there's a rule broken there. So I just don't have a clear count on this particular structure just yet. But if the DAX is going to rally in a high up into space, well, then we'll just take this one up here as well, and then we'll look for further lows after that. The FTSE has it's doing the same thing as the DAX. It's pulled down through here, but I've got a different count for this move coming up through here. It may be wrong, however, it's been working quite well so far. So from this low here, calling wave 4 in here, looking for this trend counting this trend to the upside through here. I'd always been looking at the top we called in, so I was looking at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. So in this instance here, we need to look for further strategies within this space. So I'm not sure if I was working on the 2 hour or 1 hour here, so I'll just go to this 2 hour, 1 hour here. So here we go. So in this case here, this is a little bit like the AEX actually, in that the last low made the low here. So in this case here, we can look at this as wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here and 5 here. Now, wave 3 is not the longest. Wave 1 would be the longest one in this structure, but because of wave 5 being smaller than wave 3, it's a reasonable fit here. I can also look at the cash market here as well. So this is the cash market here, and this would count down. This is a 5-minute chart from the top here. I could count this down as, the logical thing would be to count this as wave 1 here, and then wave 2, and then all of this is the third wave. So wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. So just going over that, would have wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and then 5 waves in the third wave here. So this is the third wave low here. So this could also be counted as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here. So let's see how this cash market opens. If it's going to be 5 waves down in this whole pattern here, then we'll have 1 and 2, and then the third wave down here. So then the fourth wave would pull back up to the fourth wave of 1 lesser degree here, the 7755 area, and then it'll have another move down from that point. So I want to see in the next session if that's actually going to be the case, or if this low stays in, because if this low stays in, then we have a corrective pattern down here in terms of an A and a B and 5 waves for the C wave here. So I need to see more on this on the cash market. So we'll be watching that. We'll look at that together here. So with this market here, because it's trading outside the hours, it's already got, well, in this case here would be looking at, yeah, just have to count it completely different here. So I just need more time with these, unfortunately, but all going to plan here. We should see some sort of rally into this space here, but at the same time here, if I can copy that segment, we need to be short below this level here at this stage. Okay. And this is counting it on the tick chart here, which kind of looks a little bit better. I'll just go over this. So the move down from the top, we have 1 and 2, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave in here, and fifth wave down. So we definitely got 5 waves in this first move here. And then this is 100 ticks. So then wave 2 here, wave 3 here, wave 4 here, and then wave 5 here. And this little move for the A wave here, it's got 5 waves in it, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. This one here I'm a little bit unsure about. I still don't know if this is part of the next trend to the upside. I'd probably imagine it would be, so we can put that in here and that in here. Just, yeah, I can't really figure this little guy out just off the cuff. I mean, I can see that this is maybe an A and a B and a C to here for the A wave, and then the B wave, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the C. So I can see it there, but this is starting to look impulsive here, which is quite good. Let's just give it some time. But if this low gets breached, we need to be on the short side. But if you see strength come into the market, then you can go to the long side. This number here is a good number to work with here, the 7720. If that becomes support, then look at being long from that point. Of course, the only little glitch in here will be between that that high and that low here. So the 50-60% retracement level is going to give us, that's where it can fail from and move down. So just be very careful about that. You know that we don't normally go long until we're on 30 here. So if you go in on 20, just get a very small position, because there will be problems here at this point in this space. But then if support becomes on here, then the next level up is we can use this high here and this one here. That will be at this space here in here. So obviously at this old high here too. So just bring in 2 points here. So this one and this one here will be your next problematic area. All right, I'll just leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Cheers.